Hello, welcome to worshiptutorials.com.
Hello, friends.
If you play one of these,
this is a guitar,
and you think to yourself, boy, I wish that I had more freedom to move about on stage, maybe to jump around, maybe to entertain yourself with some crazy antics, and your cable just keeps getting in the way. We have a review today of the Sennheiser XSW-D pedalboard set.
I just call it the Sennheiser wireless.
The Sennheiser wireless unit. But Sennheiser has a new line of wireless units out, and they can accommodate a wide range of sources, whether it's a vocal microphone, a lapel microphone, a mic for like doing vlogging video style stuff that you can put on your camera. They have a couple like for instruments. One that's like it looks like two of these. So when you plug into your guitar, and the other you plug into your board, that kind of thing.
You're right into the amp kind of guy.
Yeah,
right into the amp.
But Sennheiser sent this to us to demo to use for a while. So I have been using this as my main wireless unit, and Bradford has used it a few times as well for electric guitar now for the past month or two.
I think it's been at least 2 months.
Yeah, a couple months, and I'm here to share our experiences with this. If you're looking for a wireless unit for guitar, these things are great. So this is how it works. This is the receiver. It is also a tuner. So when you plug this thing and turn it on and hit the button, it mutes your output and you can tune with it.
So you can put it on your board if you're going to incorporate it, or as Brian likes to use it, Brian keeps it off to the side with like his Helix or his Axe effects.
Yeah, so this would actually replace a tuner on your board. If you have one already, this would take its place. And this is the transmitter. This thing just plugs into the end of your guitar. So if you play a Strat, this is why I have these two kinds of guitars to demonstrate, it'll plug straight into the output of a Strat, just like this. It will fit in a standard Fender size Strat output jack thing. And so you can do that. If you play a Jazzmaster style guitar or 335 style guitar that has the output jack on the front of the guitar, you notice that this thing can bend to 90 degrees. So you can just plug it in right here, and it sits out of the way.
You can do that if you want.
Yeah, and you can put it like this, or
you have that option available.
You don't have to have it stuck out like that. So the other thing that you get with this, and one of the other things you get, is this little clip. So this clips on like this, and it holds it pretty secure right there. It's a pretty snug fit. And now what you can do, Bradford has a strap on his guitar, so we can demonstrate this. Let me put this down. So now you can clip it onto your strap, like right here, and then it includes this extension cable. So you can plug it in and then run this to your guitar. And that's sort of how like any traditional wireless guitar setup will be, with a pack that goes on your strap on your back.
Yeah.
And then this cable run into your guitar. So one of the things I like about this setup is the flexibility that you have with the transmitter to work with a wide variety of instruments. Pretty much will work with anything.
Well, the way I like to use it, I use it is I tend to have 2 guitars with me, sometimes just for backup. But we did a night of worship, and so I had 3 guitars that I was using across 10 songs. And so what I did was I employed this method, but I stuck this in my back pocket and clipped this to my back pocket.
Yeah, you can totally
And
do
I
that.
know this is probably super obvious stuff, but
These features make a difference.
Yeah, and this thing is light, and so what I would do is I'd stick it in my back pocket, and when a song was done, I would unplug, and I could let that thing dangle. I was standing, and then I could switch guitars, and I just grab this, and so I like it for that because it's really small. I didn't feel like my pants were going to fall down like some wireless units.
Yeah,
you wear a wireless unit on your
put it
pants.
in your back pocket, it's a lot of weight.
And if you're wearing one of those and an in-ear pack, you got 2 massive packs on you.
Yeah.
So I love this for that.
Yeah.
So that's the way I like to use it.
And if you, I gotta find out where I can put this thing. There's just guitars all over here. And if you have a guitar with the output jack here on the bottom of the guitar, of course, you can always just plug it in. Where is it? There it is.
Well, you can do whatever you want.
And it just sits right there and just sticks at the bottom. And you can actually fold it in, and it's kind of a little more low profile if you do it
sleek
that way, right? So I do really like the design of the transmitter and the options that you have as far as how you can use it. There are a couple other really great options out there on the market, the Line 6 G10, or I think they've updated it now, that have a similar style transmitter. But this is the only one that sort of incorporates a system where you can put it on a strap and plug it in like you would a more traditional wireless guitar unit. So I like that about it as well. Let's talk about sound quality. When you use this thing,
sounds exactly the same as a cable.
Do you notice a difference between this and a cable? I've tested it and I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to start measuring waveforms and looking, could you? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But for my purpose, a lot of times what I'll hear people say about wireless units is that they feel like a little bit high end gets cut off.
Yes.
That seems to be the common theme.
That.
And
I didn't notice that with this.
I didn't notice that to begin with, but just go to your amp and add more high end.
Add some treble.
Bada bing. But even in that instance, it sounded exactly the same. Honestly, I thought, this one I liked whatever it did anyways. I thought it kind of just, it was just a straightforward signal. Did it have anything weird happening to it? It sounded awesome.
Okay, so this is the receiver, and like I said, this doubles as your tuner. And it runs off a standard 9-volt power supply.
So you could use
power it with
your power supply from
Pedalboard. Like whatever Pedalboard power you have. Or if you use a one spot, you can do that. Sennheiser does ship it with this power supply. So this will draw 500 milliamps, which is a little more than a standard pedal. So you need to make sure that your power supply can provide that.
Strymon power supplies.
You need Strymon stuff, right?
Put
like
out
the
500. The Ojai and the Zuma put out 500 milliamps.
So it would work with that. If not, of course, you can always use the included power supply. But when you plug it in and turn it on, you get this digital readout. So I've been using this at church. I had it at rehearsal and it was blinking red at me, meaning I've been using it for a Sunday and a rehearsal and I hadn't charged it. So
okay.
I think I'm about out of battery.
That's good.
So you turn it on, and both lights will turn green. Are they? Yes, both lights are. See, it's blinking red. So you get indicators of when the battery's about to die.
On the wireless and on the receiver?
On both of them, yeah. They're both
good.
blinking red. And the number of blinks and the frequency will tell you how much battery power is left. Of course, you can always consult the manual, or we'll link below to where you can purchase this and get more information from Sennheiser about what these lights mean. So when you turn it on, though, it's real simple. You just turn this power button on. This thing will be on as long as the power supply is connected. And when it goes green, you're good. And it's pretty like you don't have to go in and set frequencies. You don't have to do anything. It's pretty plug and play.
I have no idea what frequencies do. I know what they're for.
Yeah. And so you don't have to worry about am I using bandwidth that the government has purchased and I can't use anymore? Like that's a thing with wireless if you're not familiar with that.
And you actually use this at church where we have a whole system already there. So it auto detects, I'm assuming.
Right, it does, yes.
And it picks an open, so that's perfect. So
yeah, and so it's really, really easy. Plug and play. I feel bad showing you this. It's just because I haven't charged it in a long time. But it gives me an opportunity to tell you how it charges. So, it ships with USB-C.
The future is now.
There is a USB-C output on the back of this.
Stop resisting.
You just plug one end of the USB-C cable in here, the other end in here, and boom, you're charging. And so now it's showing me that it's charging. That's what these
Can you
lights
still use
indicate.
it as it's charging? Because then you really wouldn't be wireless anymore. But
well, look, they're both green. I think that means you could. It's like they're connected right now.
I guess we could try.
And
Let's put it in and see if it lets me tune.
Okay. Well, we gotta go. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's just. Oh yeah. So Bradford's tuning right now.
So now you can be wired again.
Yeah, but you got a pretty short leash here, Bradford.
Yeah, well.
But now we can demonstrate the tuner. This is what the tuner looks like. I don't know how well I'm trying to say. You can see it and you can see it.
Well, my Elliot stays in tune really well, so look at that.
There
Nothing
you
to
go.
show. It's a nice
But that's
bright
how
display.
It is nice. It's big letters, and it gives you two. Like it'll show you two arrows if you're way off, and then as you get closer, it's one arrow, and then as you hit it, two arrows pointing into the to the note that you're in tune. And then you just push this button again, and you're back to just sending signal. Now this does operate on the 2.4 gigahertz wireless sort of standard, so it's not, like we said earlier, you're not going to have to worry about frequencies and bandwidths.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, all it means is you don't have to worry. It just works, and you don't have to worry about like
I let our production
frequencies
guys
and bandwidths.
do
I have
that.
been told. I have been told with other like that's pretty common for wireless units to do that, and I've been told by like our production people that if you put this right next to a router, like a powerful router, because a lot of times we'll have a router on stage for whatever reason that can interfere with it, but I've never experienced that.
That's right, because
So
you
Dave
get
told
like
me
5G or 2.0. Okay,
yeah, Dave
okay.
told me that, and I was like, okay, but I just put it wherever
we ever
I
gonna
want
make
it,
a
and I've never
wireless-
had a problem with it.
Are we just going to put a wireless network up on stage? I mean,
He said we do. We have one by the keys. That's pretty powerful. That's what he told me. So anyway,
Maybe he's trying to
that's
scare
where
you.
I stand is by the keys, and I've had this thing up there by it.
it's
and
exclusive stage-only wireless network.
and
If you're
I've
on the
never had a
stage, you can
problem
use
with it. Sennheiser says that you get 5 hours of use on a single charge, which I have. So, for example, on a Sunday morning, what I do is I leave this at church, and at the end of rehearsal, I just leave the USB-C cable plugged in, and then when I'm done, I just plug the transmitter into it, and it just charges it. But on a Sunday morning, I'll just leave it on my guitar. I'll turn it off, but sometimes I've left it on, and it's lasted the whole. We start at 6:15 and we go all the way through like 12:30. So it's lasted. I can say that 5 hours is probably accurate, and Sennheiser says you get 250 feet of range out of it as well. And I would say I don't find any
I
reason
don't even
to
think on the biggest
not believe
stage
that.
there's 250 feet.
That's
almost
pretty
a
good
football
range.
field.
Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, you can basically
My
put
board's
this,
at the other end of the end zone, but I'm down here.
But you could put this somewhere. Like for example, when I use the Axe-Fx, Axe-Fx 3 is a rack unit,
yeah.
and it's backstage.
So you
right?
put that backstage.
I leave this backstage. Yeah, and so
Brilliant.
this thing is not even on the stage. It's like it's way backstage, and I don't even worry about it. Which is nice because then when I go up to get ready to go on stage, we're standing backstage. I can tune my guitar because I just hit this button. There's my tuner, and I'm backstage.
As
too.
you walk off, you can plug it into charge if you need be. So you
Yeah,
don't
I could.
awkwardly have to bend
I could
over while
plug it back
during the prayer.
Yeah, so this
Look at
thing will work. I've really enjoyed using this for the last few months at church as my main wireless unit. If you have any questions, let us know down below. Of course, again, we'll link to Sennheiser's website and where you can purchase one of these. And like I said, they make these, like they've made this sort of system, this XSW system, to fit a wide variety of sources. So, you can, and they've made stuff, this is really cool. You can take a regular wired microphone and sort of convert it to wireless with some of their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you can use your existing gear in a wireless environment with Sennheiser's new system.
An SM58
It's really good.
Is iconic for a reason.
Yeah.
You just throw a wireless. I mean, you can get wireless 58s, but never mind.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a wireless setup, really for just about anything for live audio use, I think Sennheiser probably has a product in this XSW product line that'll fit it, and it's priced pretty affordably. I think this is $399 for this whole setup. So if you think about what you get for $399 for $400, you get a tuner, which is going to cost you $50 to $100.
Yeah, $100. Yeah.
Right, and you get wireless guitar setup in that as well. It's a really good deal if you're looking for something like that. If you're
Especially for something of this quality, because normally I would say you and I have answered these questions before about wireless units. And we're like, well, you get what you pay for, because people want to spend $300 on like a 8 mic set for wireless stuff.
Yeah.
And like that may work for a season, but in this case, you are actually, I think, getting more than what you're paying for.
Right, and Sennheiser has a really good track record of high quality audio.
Ever heard of them?
Equipment and wireless stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been doing it in the wireless game for a long time.
Yep.
There are cheaper options out there for guitar players. Like the Line 6 stuff is very similar in its in the way that
In a few ways, yeah.
that it's set up. For example, the transmitter looks a lot like this, but with the Line 6 setup, you don't get a tuner built into it, for example. So that's just kind of this costs more, but you get a little more for it too. So it's a good time to be a guitar player. There's a lot of really great solutions out there.
I mean, I've always thought it is, but it's only better. Getting better.
Yeah.
More better.
Again, if you have questions, let us know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Sennheiser, for letting us check this out. We really like it.
Yes.
Appreciate it. See you next time.